everyone. We're the Movie Busters. As you can see, we are going to talk about Top Gun Maverick. It took us a little while to record this video. As you probably know, we've been in London the last week, as you've probably seen from the last video. So it was quite difficult to film
in the cinema itself.
Yeah, it was very crowded. Yeah, so it took us some time, and we wanted to talk about this movie because
in all the experience.
Yeah, we've seen this movie
in cinema,
in Dolby Cinema. We've seen it in a Dolby theater. It's not cheap; it's quite expensive. This kind of tickets, but it's a different experience than what we're used to in our country and in cinema in general. The sound is very vast, and the visuals, the screen itself.
You're rushing. First, let's talk about when you enter the cinema. You have the Maverick helmet.
Yeah, as you can see, I'm gonna put a picture over there. It's a big.
And inside the helmet, you can see trailer of the movie. It's huge and it's wow.
It's impressive. Yeah, it's really impressive.
And then, of course, you have the seats. It's
reclining.
It's electric. There is a lot of space. You can find your own position. You can sit and you can take back everything and enjoy it. The screen is very big.
It's not as big as I thought it would be.
No, it's quite big. It's quite big. You remember, it was short when we saw all the trailer and advertising, and then it's open, big wide. The sound was not only very loud; it was very clear. It's very precise.
It's the best sound I've experienced in a movie.
When we heard the engine of the jet fight,
of course,
you felt that the old chair moving with you.
Yeah.
All the speakers. You see a lot of speakers.
There are a lot of speakers in the cinema.
It's the Dolby Atmos over there. It's experience.
And as we've talked about the experience itself, let's talk about the movie itself.
Yeah.
Just so you know, I haven't seen the first Top Gun, so I went into this film
You've been
without
DNA when the first movie show up.
Yeah,
I watched it.
You were 17.
Yeah, 17 in high school, and of course everybody loved Tom Cruise. He was the charming. He has the strong bike. He has the beautiful girl. Of course, he was a little bit how would say. Maybe modest, no, a little bit modest, because all the arrogance was
Val Kilmer's character,
yeah, Val
Iceman.
He was the arrogant and the self-esteem character. So it was like a summer movie, you know, when you finish high school and everything. It was a fun movie, and that's it. It's not a big movie, but you go out and you enjoy it. You get everything you need. You have bikes, you have, I don't know,
fighter jets.
You have
Tom
everything.
Cruise.
Yeah. You have bar, you can see they play billiard, whatever.
Playing the piano as well.
So to go to this version of the movie was, I don't know, it's not something that I wish for or something, but it's interesting to see it. How the time make this movie, how the effect this, because the story is simple story. It's not a complicated something, but the experience is wow. First of all, Tom Cruise, I don't know, he never age. Everyone is getting very old.
No, I think Tom Cruise
is very preserved.
Today, I think he's the best and the most impactful action star there is.
It's like in the 80s and the 90s, like Schwarzenegger, Sylvester Stallone, this character. You know, you have a big hero, and you can count on him, and he's the good guy, and there is.
He's the perfect action movie.
I think it was now. I think is the maybe it's the last. I don't know.
No, I don't think any other actor can bring this much audience to a sequel to a film that was pretty successful. It made 360 million in the 80s, but still. It wasn't a movie people really talked about in the last 15, 20 years. It was kind of forgotten. Yeah. It was kind of the movies that Tom Cruise did in the 80s, and it was there on his repertoire. But you know, Tom Cruise today is, as you know, is Ethan Hunt from Mission Impossible, and he's
so if you watch,
huge.
If you watch this movie, it's I don't want to say exactly the same movie, but it's close, very close. But it's work. It's working. It's working. It's fun. All the fighting scene, of course, Tom Cruise made the jet flight by
Yeah,
himself in
he's-
the F-14. I don't know, it's crazy. I don't know how he done it.
He does all of his
He
stunts.
have
and-
license for flying.
Yeah, he has a pilot license.
Yeah, but private jet,
Yeah,
small
not
jet,
the
not
F-14s.
F-14.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's crazy, and all the other flight will, they have to experience F-14.
Yes.
You can see it in the action.
Action scenes in this movie.
Yeah, you can
And
see
I-
it in the faces, in the stress, in the sweat and everything. You can feel it.
Yeah, and something that I really appreciated with this film, you don't have to watch the first film. I didn't see the first film, but I understood like 95% of this. I think if I watched the first one, I would be like, oh, okay.
There's a lot of tribute scenes.
Yes,
you
but
can see the old photos of Iceman and Tom Cruise. You can understand. I'm going to ruin the.
לא, אתה לא נותן לי לדבר.
Of course, you can speak.
What I want to say is you don't have to watch the first film. You can watch this film and enjoy it without watching the first film. As you probably know from the trailers, Miles Teller plays Bradley Bradshaw, the son of Bradshaw, was the wingman to
Yeah.
Tom Cruise's first film.
Goose.
Yeah, and his name is Rooster, so
Yeah.
there's like a name there. And Miles Teller plays really great. The character of
Yeah.
Rooster is really great. Exactly, and he has that mustache that I'm trying to grow a bit. He plays really great, and I love the chemistry between him and Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
You can really feel the tension in the scenes that need
In the beginning,
attention.
there is a hate.
Yeah.
Because if he blamed his father's death on
Tom Cruise, on Maverick himself.
Yeah. And of course, Tom Cruise really want to talk to him and explain to him that it wasn't his fault.
I think all of the actors play really good in this film. You have John Hamm playing the captain over there, and you have Ed
Ed Harris
Harris.
is the general.
Of course, Val Kilmer reprises his role.
Yeah,
as,
Val Kilmer is something
Iceman.
interesting. Now, Val Kilmer now is an actor. He's suffering from cancer in his throat, and he barely speak. And they made an effort
Include him
to
in the
adapt him in this film,
And
and I
it's-
think it's admirable.
Yes, very much. Jennifer Connelly is in this film. I don't think she wasn't in the first film.
No.
She was mentioned as
Kelly McGillis played her part in the 1980s
Six.
version.
Yeah.
I don't think today she can play the role again. The year made the
Yeah, you know Tom Cruise is the only one who,
Tom Cruise
who can
doesn't get
survive
old, doesn't
those
get
years.
fat. I don't know.
Yeah, he's
He's well
really-
preserved.
Yeah, extremely well
Yeah.
preserved. I really like the story here. I think Christopher. I think someone who should get credit for Tom Cruise in the last couple of years is Christopher McQuarrie. He's written Usual Suspect, and he directed the last couple of films of Mission Impossible, and he's directing the next two, and he even wrote the screenplay for this film. And I think he really understands how to use Tom Cruise
Yeah.
in a script and how to use him correctly and how to write
In
characters for him.
the right amount.
Exactly. It
How
makes
to
him-
operate him exactly as Tom Cruise wanted.
He
Because Tom
wasn't-
Cruise controlling everything
Yeah,
in the
he's
movie.
the producer.
He's the producer. He said all the word that there is no word above him. He's the
No. And I do want to give a shout out to the director himself, Joseph Kosinski. I
He
loved him.
doesn't relate to Mike Kosinski.
No,
You know who's Mike Kosinski.
no.
You know in Monster.
No, the Mike Wazowski.
I was asking. He was-
Never mind. Joseph Kosinski, I loved him in Tron Legacy. He was the director over there,
Tron
and I
is
think
beautiful.
he really deserved the praise. He's getting really a lot of this movie is received really well, and he's doing amazing in the box office. I don't think anyone expected it, and I'm happy that Kosinski finally got the praise that he deserved, because he's a really great director. He even directed Oblivion with Tom Cruise.
It's also a
9
very
years
unique
ago.
movie.
So he's a great director, and he didn't get a lot of chance. And I was kind of sad when they didn't make a third film with him. at least he got to make this film, and it's a great film with amazing action scenes.
Yeah,
I'm not a
true.
huge fan of dog fighting and plane fighting. I never was a big fan, even in Star Wars, which I'm a huge fan of. I wasn't really into. I'm more of a lightsaber kind of guy and a battle on the ground. I don't really care about space battles, not even the good ones in Star Wars. You know, there's some Rogue One and Return of the Jedi and like the Battle Coruscant. I know, but what I'm trying to say is I don't really care about.
But they make him
dog
very
fighting.
professional.
Yeah, but this fighting scenes in the planes is really intense, and you can feel the tension rising when it needs to rise.
And of course, Tom Cruise show all the young roosters how the old one can beat the watch, beat everyone just in the experience and the
you know, Tom Cruise is Tom Cruise, and you can never beat him at anything.
No.
He's gotta be the
perfect
best.
one.
Yeah, he's the perfect. So I don't know how long is this video, but I think it's probably. I think you want to add something more because
I do conclude that the experience in the cinema was something very, very
if you have a chance, go watch it in Dolby Cinema.
Dolby Cinema, because the quality of the picture, the sound was something above the ordinary movie cinema, and I think that most of it.
And there's the theme from the first film that played like really nicely. And Hans
There is
Zimmer
a lot of
new rendition.
point that to remember if you watch the old movie, you can remember. Now I remember the bike that he riding.
Is the same.
The first one is the same bike, the old one from the 80s, and then they replace it in the new Kawasaki.
Yeah, you're more of a. You have a sharp eye for this kind of stuff.
No, it's small things, but you can you can see it.
And it's really nice.
And there is a lot of hit, you know, in the 80s, a lot of movie hit songs, a lot of songs.
Hit songs.
Yeah, from the movie.
Yeah, and
they
use it sometimes in this movie as well. So I really recommend seeing Top Gun in a cinema because it's an experience.
It's a fun. It's a you can go out from this movie and say something missing. No, you get.
It has everything. Everything you want from it.
It's a light entertainment. Don't come with a big expectation of something very complicated.
No, the story isn't as complicated or as you know. It's not really a story film. It has a good story in it. It's kind of light, but it is good. And I think this is the height. And like every movie that's counting itself as an action movie needs to be this movie. It's fun, lighthearted.
Yes, get everything together. It's fun. It's joy. You go watch it.
And it's Tom Cruise. you can't miss with Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
He's amazing, and I'm really excited to see his next Mission Impossible film. So thank you guys for watching. I know we took us a lot of time to do this video, and we were late a week. Either way, thank you guys for watching, and until next time, we're the Movie Busters.
Yeah. Bye bye.